Alright. Okie dokie. Oh, it's kind of loud. Adjust it a bit. Okay, so now the music decides to stop. Oh, come on. Okay, that's better. That is better. So Centipede's done. Breakout's not done. And Missile Command's not done. So we'll start with Breakout. Can I increase it to 7? I wonder what this does. So it's 1 player or 2 players. It must be an alternating one, so there's no real point chasing it. Yeah, I think it's 10 grand, yeah, indeed. So here we go. Doesn't? Okay, I mean, Atari doesn't exist as a company anymore at all. This is an honest question, by the way. I thought they had some activity still, but they don't. Infogrames? Seriously? Music is not terrible. I kinda agree with that. They do? Yeah. That was kind of my understanding as well. I wonder what they do though. Do they still publish games or anything? I don't think they do. Yeah, it's definitely harder. It's definitely harder. And the reason is it speeds up all of a sudden. The Atari 2600 version. Oh no, wait, that was no, it's the arcade version. It's just that it looks so much like an Atari 2600 game because it's such an early release. But yeah, the ball speeds up and the game suddenly gets so much harder. This is kinda... This one stays constant for the most part. But I still wouldn't call this easy. It's where would I put this game? I mean, you need 10 grand if that's the goal. Even though it's kind of an arbitrary goal. 10 grand, so you have to beat 5 levels. Or 6 with 7 lives. And if the first extra life is granted to you at 10 grand as well, then it won't really help you. I would maybe rate this game's difficulty as challenging. Not hard, mind you, but challenging. Okay, so last time I fucked up only because I tried to split my attention. So I am so sorry, chat. I will catch up with you guys every once in a while, but I can't be reading it all the time now. Even though I only have a single monitor set up here, so that I have this game window here, and I have the chat window right next to it. So I will only need to shift my eyes a couple of centimeters every time I want to read the chat, but still. Come on, go up there. Whoa. There we go. Mini Jaguar, please tell me you're joking. They're not planning to release one. Even though it would be kinda applicable due to the current state of things. Every single company seems to be releasing their own mini whatever. They're trying to cash in on this nostalgia boom. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it looks like some companies are just releasing them because they don't even put any thought to it. For example, I think the C64 Mini is a failure right from the get-go. And the reason is very simple. It doesn't feature a real keyboard. The whole thing is just for show. I think it should function. I think you should be able to, you know, type with it, use load, comma 8, comma 1. How did it work? You know, it's dumb. That's just one example that comes to my mind. Yeah. Nice. Mini Virtual Boy. Yeah. We were talking about this with Hells some time ago. How you can use some emulators if you have a VR headset. You can use certain emulators to emulate Virtual Boy. That's kind of neat. Atari 26 Mini. That's a really useless release. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings about having multiple of those, but I guess the people who want ones are probably people who are not very tech oriented, so they don't know how to emulate, they don't know how to set up, like, I don't know, RetroPie or whatever. So if you have only like nostalgia for one of these consoles, maybe it's okay. I've given Master Blaster for the NES a good try, but I'm not a fan. It seems like the combat is too spread out and there's too much searching for where to go, for me at least. I'm not so sure what this have to do with anything. It's maybe I missed something, but you know, I'm not gonna care. So Master Blaster, NES. Yeah, that game is tough. That game is really tough. And the reason is you have only a limited amount of lives and continues to do the whole fucking thing. Even though the game is, yeah, it is spread out. But it's a Metroidvania. Can you even say that? Because Symphony of the Night was not released yet at that time. But yeah, Metroidvania with a limited amount of lives is... it's tough. I guess they tried to make up for it with Master Blaster Zero. I only recently started playing it on my 3DS. Game's cool. It's super easy. That's why I'm saying they tried probably to make up for it, even though that's not what they were going for, most likely. In all actuality, I mean. Oh, Famicom version has infinite continuous. Yeah, well, I'm not super surprised. Especially considering on how most Western versions are harder than the Japanese versions. I like the theory, but I mean, as for the reason why it's usually that way, why Western versions are harder than the Japanese counterparts, I like the theory of rental scene, where game rental business was never really a thing in Japan, but it was always huge in the West. So they wanted the games to be harder, so people would need to rent them more often. Now I'm not so sure if this story is true, but it kind of sounds like something that might work from a business standpoint. And in a way, it kind of does. Mike'sall, what's up? There are no bonuses, but this isn't Arkanoid. This is Breakout. This is the first one. Turns out, Arkanoid came out only after this one. So this is the first ball and paddle game ever released. Then again, this is not the the arcade version. This is a kind of a remaster on a master system. That's convenient. I think if the original game would have looked like this, it would have blown everybody's minds with the graphics. Battletoads and Bayo Billy are doable on Famicom. Oh yeah? Whereas in the West it's next to impossible. That is true. That is absolutely true. I've never once finished Battletoads. Bayo Billy, I don't think any of my friends had Bayo Billy because I didn't have an NES back in the day. I was 100% on the mercy of my friends when it came to NES games. But a good friend of mine, when I was a kid, had an NES, and he lived just next door, and we were playing NES all the time. Sometimes we even left the thing running overnight just so we could continue from where we left off. We finished a lot of games, but I don't think Battletoads was one of them. Oops. I don't think the guy even had Battletoads. I think it was some other guy who did. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. That is great. Look, the game's playing itself. Okay, let's not get cocky. We gotta be careful. Oh, what did I just tell you? Oh fuck! This is hard. This is hard. It's kind of hard to anticipate at which point the ball is gonna bounce off. Back then, did you play NES games on English? I'm not sure if you're asking me or Sunahel, but yeah, they were all in English. I don't, I, I don't think there were any games on NES that had a Finnish translation. I think you were asking Sunahel though. I think one of the first games that were ever released in Finnish was like this one weird adventure game on PC. I mean, yeah, it obviously wasn't the first one, but one of the first commercial ones, and it felt super weird to be playing a game in Finnish. I mean, it still does. More games are getting translations nowadays. But I guess it's due to the nostalgia reasons that I still have a hard time playing games in my own language. The usual reason is just that the translations are more often than not, they are so badly made. For example, one of the latest experiences for me was The Long Dark. I'm not sure if you guys know that game, but it's a survival game. It's a survival game. Very nice game. I really like it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the game has translations for multiple languages, and the Finnish translation is... I mean, you can understand it, but as a native speaker, all the translations sound so stiff and like, well, that's not technically wrong, but it's like you would never say something like that. It's hard stuff doing translations, doing good translations, and yeah, I guess that's the reason. There have been a couple of good ones though. For example, Sims series has always been notoriously good on translations, at least in Finnish. I love the Finnish translations. Oh! God damn it! This. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? Last life, huh? Oh! I didn't anticipate that. Was it like zero wing level of bad translation? Well, not not really. Not really. It was more like if somebody who indeed was fluent in Finnish was translating, but they didn't put any thought to it. Like, you can't just go ahead, you can't just pick any text and directly translate it word by word, right? I mean, you can, but if you do that, it's gonna sound very stilted and kinda off, you know? Like, yeah, you can say it like that, but that's like... Yeah, you kinda have to, you know... you can't take every single saying and directly translate it. You have to think of the equivalent in the target language. What's the best way to actually say something like this? And sometimes you have to come up with another phrase that's more fitting, or a better word or whatever. Like a robot talking, yeah, kinda. Yeah, like if you speak the language, you're like, yeah, that's technically speaking, it's correct, but yeah, it was more like a fan translation, because sometimes they are so bad. Again, grammatically not incorrect, but just bad. Just bad. And I suppose some languages are harder to translate into than some others, which is understandable. Shantae, huh? I have yet to finish a single Shantae game. I kinda want to start with the first one, the Game Boy Color one. But do you think I will ever have time to do that? No sir. Never ever. I don't know which one that is. The first one or some other game? It's not the first one. So Hells, were you able to figure out the Amiga emulator finally yesterday? Based on your late messages on Discord, looks like you were. You were indeed. Wise, huh? And then it stop working? Slow-mo, super fast. Okay. Uh-huh. That's weird. I mean, you know what, Hells? You can always just go ahead and try to download FSUAE and totally ditch this weird Amiga Live or whatever. It should be using the same core, so maybe that works better? I don't know. I mean, there must be a way to get it working. I refuse to believe it doesn't work. That's such a basic functionality. It's probably something super simple. You have the Game Boy Color, Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, and Half Genie Hero. Yeah, it has netplay. That's the whole idea. I think, as I said, the Amiga Live thing, it's just a fork of FS. I don't know how it actually works, but it seems to be just a fork of it. Keyboard's fine though. Yeah, but you're still gonna need both. Still gonna need both. It's crazy how people are still creating new hardware for Amiga. They are. They indeed are. But yeah, it's a scene. It's a scene. I mean, if I had a basement, if I had like a room for a man cave, I mean, would I start building? Would I start collecting games? Would I start collecting consoles? Well, hell yeah. But right now, maybe it's for the best, so I don't lose all my cash. I would probably spend all of my money on something like that if I had a room for such equipment. Oh fuck. But yeah, I should probably try one of the Shantae games sometime. I'm a huge fan of Metroidvanias anyway. And even though these games, I mean, based on what I've heard, they are not Metroidvanias in the strictest sense of the word, but they're still kinda like Metroidvanias, so I would probably like them a lot. Metroidvanias might be my favorite genre. Or is it? No, no way. RPGs are. No, it's platformers. All of them? Maybe a combination? The last couple of blocks are always a bit of pain. Oh! I don't think this is the run. Oh. The closer these blocks are to the bottom side of the screen, the harder it is. That's what I've noticed. This is probably one of the longest sessions for me playing ball and paddle games. I've never been a huge fan of this genre, but maybe it's just because I'm so bad at it. I mean, quite often end up liking the games that you are good at, obviously. Even though that doesn't always add up. For instance, shmups. I love shmups, but I suck at shmups at the same time. I've been setting up, I kind of mentioned it last time, yesterday, how I've been setting up a launch box for my multi-emulator solution. It's coming along pretty nicely. You have all these games with screenshots, boxes. It's super cool. Like you can navigate it using a controller. It's like just like an own interface in the full screen mode, kind of like Steam's big picture mode. Yeah, it's got custom themes and everything. It is really neat. And yeah, I would really like to stream it. But the problem is, I can't stream using the filters. I mean, it would be nice if there was a way to do that. But for me, I mean, right now I'm obviously playing the game as raw as it can probably get, so pixel by pixel. But I don't know. It's now people might have different opinions on this, but I kind of like the filters, the CRT filters. That's kind of the way the game was supposed to look like. Now you could argue whether or not the developers intended the games to look like that. You could say they must have at least known what the target screen would be like, so that you would never be able to see pixel by pixel anything, but it would always get softened a bit. You don't like him? No, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I don't know. It's when you're used to certain games looking certain way. When you're used to playing some old games through a piece of shit TV, and you eventually get, oh shit, it starts automatically. I didn't know. I don't know. When you finally see the game with all its pixelated glory, it feels off. It feels off. Maybe it's just me, but I mean, obviously, there's no beating a real hardware with a good quality TV, good quality monitor. That's obviously the best experience you're gonna get. But the next best option for me, it's always gonna be one of those filters. And the problem is, I really would like to play those games. Oh shit! And streaming at the same time. But using a filter on stream never works out. It always. Oh my god! Why is this level so hard? The scan lines or whatever, they always tend to become super distorted. And I mean, I kind of understand why it happens, but then again, I still don't understand how it doesn't happen all the time. Only by... Oh shit. Should I just restart here? You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Scanlines and such make text harder to read. I mean, I kind of disagree, but okay. This is a bit too retro to my liking. Oh, you mean the this game in itself, Breakout? Even worse is the graphical system of the Apple II. It uses some weird way to put pixels on the screen and the graphics and text are rainbow colored. Yeah, I've seen that happen. I've never seen anybody with the Apple II. I'm probably too young to have experienced that, but yeah. Interlaced forever, oh yeah. PAL never really had scan lines, yeah. I guess scan lines is... that's the wrong way of thinking about stuff, because it's usually it didn't have scan lines. It was more like these weird, I mean, how do you call them? There were like these little boxes on the screen. It's not pixels because it's a CRT, but like and the picture was comprised out of a couple of those. It's not pixels, it's something else. Making it smooth but not blurry. Yeah, exactly. But obviously this is always gonna be a matter of taste. This is always gonna be a matter of taste. Some people see it that way, that yeah, well, but it never was supposed to be shown without any kind of filter, and I'm one of those guys. But it boils down to whatever you like, and for me it's always gonna be some kind of filter. But yeah, it would be nice to have some kind of way to do it in stream as well, even if it would be dividing opinions. I'm not so sure if I'm up for the challenge of climbing the leaderboard here. As I said at the beginning, that yeah, I will try to get the high score, but yeah, it's still gonna be just an arbitrary goal. It's something we just came up with on the spot. Like there's no end to this game, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna stop right away, but this is kind of neat. But then again, it is also kind of boring. At some point, I might just call this game and move on to the next one. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if I need one. I mean, you don't really need the precision here as much as you needed it in Marble Madness. It's more about the speed or the lack of speed. Since sometimes the ball decides to go totally another way than you were expecting it to do. And in that scenario you have to speed up a bit. But now that I'm using the D-pad, there's always the maximum speed you can go. And even if you use the sports pad, it wouldn't affect the maximum speed like ever. The only thing a sports pad does is it's gonna make some tiny movements. It's gonna make the fine tuning easier, but it's never gonna increase the speed for you. And oh my god, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes that just happens. Yeah, and you don't have enough speed to catch the ball. And the only way to increase speed is to press button 2, which will increase the speed like this. See? So I would still need to do it, even if I was using a sports pad, so it doesn't really change much. Analog, yeah, well, technically speaking, yeah. It is analog, but it doesn't really matter if the game doesn't support it. So it's only gonna be oh my goodness. It's only gonna be emulating the analog movement. So basically what happens when you move the paddle, when you move the ball all the way to the left or right, it's like keeping the button, keeping left or right direction pressed, kinda. And when you move it just a tiny bit, it's like the same when you do this. You know, just tap it, nice and slow. I mean, you could argue like, yeah, what's the difference? And normally, yeah, there isn't actually much of a difference. But in Marble Madness, surprisingly enough, there was a huge difference because it was so hard to keep performing these tiny adjustments, because you had to keep you had to not only conserve speed, but you also had to make sure the ball was moving in the right direction. And it was just easier to do it with a ball. It doesn't make any sense when I say it like that. I mean, I kind of just contradicted myself. And it's hard to explain, but it was different in Marble Madness. It was so different. The experience was like night and day. I could try it here as well, but I have a hard time believing it would make a difference. I don't think so. Might be harder. I'm not sure if it would be harder exactly. I think there just wouldn't be much of a difference. Then again, people were saying playing Marble Madness with a sports pad is gonna make that game also harder, but turns out that was definitely not the case. Yeah, the difficulty in this game definitely doesn't come from the lack of fine-tuning, or the difficulty to fine-tune your movement. It's just about the speed. If the paddle moved quicker, not this quick, but a little bit, just a tiny bit quicker, then it would be then it might be a good idea. But as it is, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, just for the heck of it, I could do it. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, as I said, I don't have it right here. I don't have it here in my possession at this very moment. So, and I don't really have time to go pick it up. And yeah, I'm not that interested in playing this game for extended periods of time. So I don't think so. I mean, this game is kind of cool, but it's already starting to, you know, feel like it's shown everything it has to show. I've seen everything this game has to offer already. Or I don't know. I mean, I just said I probably will be moving on to the next game soon enough, but this is totally up to us. You could argue, yeah, that doesn't count as a beaten game, but there are no official rules for beating Arkanoid. Arkanoid Breakout, I think. At least this particular version, it's no matter what we say, it's always gonna be just a made up goal. But if you guys want to see me play this game some more, I don't really mind. Is the argument for yourself to kill it off starting? I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean? I mean, I can keep playing this until I reach 10 grand. It's gonna happen eventually. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? You are doing your talk that you do when you want to just stop playing. I know, but I can keep on going as well. I'm not saying I'm dead set on giving up, but you're absolutely right. I don't really feel like playing this particular game anymore. The depths of strategy in Breakout only reveal themselves once you reach dozens of hours of playtime. I think you are right. This is one of those games that actually will require some time dedicated to it. It has a bit of a learning curve. That is for sure. I think if anyone here wants to see more, they should play it themselves. Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to give this a couple more goes. But after that, I think we're gonna move on. Alright, let's give it a couple more tries. It's also kind of boring that you can't really affect your score in this game. You're always gonna be left with the same amount of points at the end of any level, no matter what you do. Like, there's no skill involved in that. The only thing you can affect is how long is it gonna take to clear any given level, and how many lives are you gonna lose. But you can't affect the score. That's kind of a bummer. Whereas in Centipede, you have many ways to affect it. This is more like a test of endurance. Oh my god. That was that was so bad. Ah! I mean, I didn't really expect it to be this hard. Especially given how... Whoa! Yo. Miss Walker 1985 with a subscription, man. Yo. That is much appreciated. Thank you so much for your subscription, man. I'm really glad you enjoy it. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a bunch. Your song has given me new powers. Paperboy face as a sub emote? You know, maybe I do. Maybe I actually do. I've been kind of looking for a sub emote. Right now, the only emote I have is the very same emote that's the sub badge, but that's because originally affiliates didn't have access to subscriber badges, so you only had the star thingy. So I had the R2 logo as my emote, but I still haven't changed it. But yeah, I mean, the paperboy face is kinda neat. Maybe I should do that. It's not a bad idea at all. I would be up for that. Alright, Mist, what do you think? Should we keep playing Breakout until we get the 10 grand? Or should we just move on to Missile Command? I'll let you be the judge. I'm kinda at the crossroads here. Music is giving you a headache. What? You don't like it? I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Even though it's kind of starting to get to me as well at this point. Too much of a good thing. It's much louder than me. Is it? Okay. You know, I can adjust it a bit. I didn't know. I didn't know. Alright. Let me know if this is any better. Yeah, I had no idea. This is fine. Okay. I think it's somewhat on the lower end now, but alright. How many stages? I really don't know. So our goal at this point in time is get a high score. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I suppose we're gonna keep playing until we get the high score. I'm just trying to come up with excuses that I wouldn't need to. But I guess this is fine. It's tricky, but it's not... I'm not hating my life just yet. Not just yet. Yeah, I mean... I wouldn't say that, maybe. Not just yet. You still need to get 10,000 points. You know that, don't you? And look at my score at this point in time. I don't even have half of it collected. So, it's not so much about the high score. It's... If you want to get 10,000 points, you have to clear a number of levels. That's just how it works. You can't really affect the score. That's my main gripe I have with this game. So you just have to keep going. Gotta give it a few more hours for the self-loading to set in. Yeah, I guess we're a little bit too early to do so. We're not at that point just yet. I mean, hey, it only happened after 17 hours with Fantastic Dizzy. And is this game harder than Fantastic Dizzy? Fuck no. This game is child's play compared to Fantastic Dizzy. So maybe we shouldn't be discouraged. I am filled with determination. Hey Yanza, what's up? Fantastic shitty. Yeah, I mean, well, we've been over this, but I think the game could have been much better if it wasn't for the bullshit boss at the end. Yeah, remove the bullshit boss and maybe remove the extra lives limit. Just give the player infinite lives, and I think the game would have been quite good. Maybe somebody should make a ROM hack out of it. I don't see it being a super hard thing to do. Although I don't know anything about hacking ROMs, but you know, just it's kind of like creating a trainer mode for the player, where the player has infinite lives, and just, you know, have the player win immediately at the at the start of the boss fight, or maybe just remove the ball. So the only thing the player has to do is to climb the stairs, and you know, that's it. Maybe. I need to really write some shit. Oh yeah, you had a bunch of stuff to do. I think you mentioned it yesterday. Entering lurk mode. All right, man. I played the real arcade cabinet of Missile Command in Video Game Museum. It was so cool. I don't think I've ever had the chance, but that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. There's an arcade arcade place in Helsinki. I really want to visit the place sometime, but the problem is, I mean, yeah, it's an entry fee based place. I think it's €8 or something. I think, or maybe a little more than that, but it's quite cheap, and you get to play unlimited amount of games just for the entry fee. But the problem is the place is only open on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, and almost always when I'm visiting Helsinki, I am leaving. At the very least, I'm leaving on Thursday, and I'm talking about business trips. I do go to Helsinki quite often, but I almost always leave on Thursday, so I never get the chance to do it. Ah! Did you ever find those cans of tuna? Oh! About those, I totally forgot. The mystery. Maybe I should go and take another look on my break. Take another look in the car. I mean, they gotta be somewhere, right? Yeah, I still haven't found them. High score song. Let's leave this one playing for a while I have a bathroom break. I bet it's in the pantry behind something else. You know, I already looked there. You know, I think it's in the car. It must be the trunk. It wasn't on the passenger seat, so I probably have picked them up when I exited the car. And when I was picking up some stuff in the trunk, I must have, you know, just put them there. Just so that I would be able to free my hands. And I mean, it happens to me all the time. I take something, then I just leave them somewhere to be picked up later. And I totally forget all about it. It happens all the time. I didn't, that's the thing. I didn't really look for them yesterday, though. But yeah, maybe I should take another look on my next break. You have 2 dogs, tell them to find it. Yeah, I would need to train them to look for tuna. Like, hey, search for tuna, search for tuna. I suppose you could do that. I suppose technically speaking, you could do that. It is a mystery. It is a mystery indeed. Especially considering it doesn't matter a tiny bit. Even if I did lose them. Like, who cares for a bunch of canned tuna, but it's just weird. Maybe I should do an IRL stream. Search the mystery of canned tuna. Part 2. The search continues. Nice. Yeah, dedicated stream indeed. No stone unturned. And I mean, the most probable conclusion is finally that, yeah, okay, so it was in the car after all. I just happened to drop them. Okay, well. It's like real life mystery to you. I mean, we don't have any murders or major thefts or anything, but we do have missing canned tuna. What a suspense. Raffle the tuna. Yeah, we're having some giveaways for today, guys. We have some tuna. That would be something else. It's finished for Carmen Sandiego. Yeah. Where in the hell is Carmen Sandiego? That's the third game. The first one where in time is Carmen Sandiego, first one where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, and the third one where in the hell is Carmen Sandiego. But the fourth installment is... Where's your tuna? Okay, so it wasn't that far-fetched as an idea, huh? It's an actual thing, looks like. I don't have any games to give away, but I do have a tuna. I mean, no, technically speaking, I don't. I still don't. No, wait, I don't. That's the thing. That's the problem, exactly. I don't. Oh, no! Anything but that. I'm sorry, little buddy. You will just have to go now. This is where we say goodbye. No! It's gonna break my heart. He gets to help me find them. Yeah, and then we could do a group stream. Search for tuna. Hell. Oh, surströmming. Hey Pato, what's up? I've never tried surströmming and I probably never will. I don't know how is it possible it's a thing? I mean, surely there must be some people out there who like it. Otherwise it wouldn't exist, right? Maybe some grannies still eat it? I don't know. Must be. Yeah, who came up with that? Having a morning tea, nice, nice. Maybe I should make some coffee myself as well. I don't feel like having another one. Now that you mention it. There we go. Ah. Shit's intense. I mean, as soon as you get to clear a bunch of these blocks at the bottom end of the screen, it really eases up. Nice. At least the speed of the ball stays constant all the time. I'm scared to hit that bunch of blocks. It's gonna bounce right off. Hey, Duckley! What's up? How was the rest of the stream yesterday? I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the middle of your stream. That's an actual thing that happened. Oh yeah. Nice. It's as quick as what waiting for the enemy turn in Shining Force. Brigand is starting to get bored watching this shit. I'm not blaming him. I am not blaming him. Yeah, but that's just the nature of doing a challenge like this. Sometimes you just don't get to play the stuff you'd like to play. That's just a fact of life. Sometimes you find a nice hidden gem, but more often than not, you won't. It's usually, my experiences has been, it's usually something quite mediocre. The real bad games, fortunately, are still quite rare. The real bad ones. They do exist though. They do exist. Oh, gosh. So we're over halfway there. I'm scared. Ooh, almost got me. Oh, that Nerf gun commercial. Don't even get me started on that one. Like, no, I am not interested in your stupid Nerf gun. I will never ever buy it. Much less now that you're forcing it down my throat. Gotta start boycotting it. think this is a PB, by the way. I think this is a PB. Here we have an obnoxious ad about cereals featuring a French streamer. It's a long, loud, annoying, and just awful. I wonder how they always manage to, you know, pick the most annoying ones as the Twitch advertisements. Maybe it's to push people into buying the fucking Twitch Prime. But I mean, nowadays, since they changed Twitch Prime so drastically, I can kind of understand people are not wanting to buy it anymore. I mean, I for one didn't renew my subscription. Political ads, oh. That's even worse. Picture of a potato. I wouldn't mind that. There we go. Alright. The background's changed. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Still have to pay a close eye on what's happening. Yep, exactly. Oh! God damn it! God damn it! Come on, hit something at least. There we go. I don't think it actually ends, but I'm just looking to get a high score. I don't think there's an end to it. That's why I was thinking if I can, you know, just stop. If I don't feel like playing this anymore. Like, is it okay? Since this game does not have an end. Alright, let's see what happens. On LCD screen with composite video, this would be horrible. Kill screen or loop would otherwise seem like a sensible arcade clear. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's another way of looking at it. You could try to finish one loop. That's one way. That is definitely one way. You have a bunch of options when you're trying to define a clear indeed. You have a bunch of options you can go with. Depending on how you wanna look at it. Not much happening around here. Oh my god! It went the exact other way than I expected it to go. Yeah, when you hit the corner of a block, it's gonna bounce right back. That's what always gets me. I didn't have time to visit the house yesterday, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just playing it on the regular gamepad. Yeah, it's all gonna be arbitrary at the end, no matter what we do. Oh no! No! Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. Oh boy. No, it's at the house that I'm in the middle of selling. I mean, I could go ahead and just pick it up, but I just didn't have to do so yesterday. Yeah. It's all in the details. It's all in the details. Oh, fuck! I don't know. Should we just call it? I mean, it's 9,000. I really don't feel like starting this again. I really don't feel like starting this again. I mean, it's not the high score, but... Or do you want me to... Do you want to see more of Breakout? Trust me, these things will spark great interest in potential buyers. Like Sportspad and everything. Brigand is begging me to call it. Yeah. Let's do some missile command. Okay. I don't think anybody is voting for keeping on playing Breakout at this point. Yeah. I think we can move on. Okay. Yeah, this is boring. I 100% agree. Start game, number of players. Yeah. But you know, when we do finish it, I'm gonna write in the notes, in the Excel spreadsheet, that we did finish Breakout with 9,000 points. Just so that we're super open about it, you know. And I kind of want to leave a couple of games as an option to redo them at the end of my challenge, if I so choose. So this might be one of them. I mean, we can do a hater mania. We can do a hater mania the way TMR did it. But yeah, I think we can move on. Goal, getting top 3. Yeah, I mean, getting in top 3 is as good as a goal as any. In the end. Alright. Where are my bullets? Am I all out, huh? Why am I all out? How does this work? How does this work even? Goal is give it a fair shot. I like that. I like that a lot. This is almost like playing... What was the game? You guys remember it? The weird shoot 'em up? that featured the cursor and everything. What was it called? I played it fairly recently. It was like a satellite. SDI, that's the one. Yeah. Kinda feels like that one. I mean, obviously this one came first, but... I'm getting some weird flashbacks. Strategic Defense Initiative. That's the one. What's that? Oh. Okay. I get it. Add CTO 2. But I did finish City of Fair and Square. You know? I did finish it fair and square. I don't think there was anything unclear about it. If somebody disagrees, I want to hear the arguments. On what grounds I did not finish it. It was Leech's GG. Oopsie, I'm gonna die. Gonna die here. Okay, I'm out of bullets. This was still good. It's too good not to play again. No comments. Oops! That was kinda bad. So now what? We're still good? Actual goal in this one? 10k and move on? I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I mean, if that's the goal, I think, well, we've already achieved it. I think 10 grand, especially in this game, is absolutely good enough as a goal, because this one will definitely just keep going on indefinitely. Oh, it's 100,000? Oh yeah? Okay, I'm out of bullets. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, that's true. But I guess you could argue that one way of finishing Breakout is actual... What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what this is all about. Is to at least play the game until it starts looping. And... This is stupid. Why do I lose? Why do I run out of bullets so quickly? To at least play through all the loops. And I really didn't. Wow, you have to shoot it twice, huh? Okay, I didn't expect that. Oh well. I miss a lot. I know. do. Okay, it's down. No, wait, it's not down. I don't get it. I don't know how this works. And? Okay. Get ready. Ignore missiles that are not going to hit anything. Okay, but now it's over. But now it's over. Oopsie. Playing this game with the trackball is so good. Yeah, I don't really know about the sports pad in this game. I don't think it's gonna add anything to the experience, honestly. I highly doubt it. I might be mistaken, but I highly doubt it. Alright, let's see if we hit the high score. We did! We did hit the high score, so that's a GG, everybody. That is a GG. Wow, I kind of wonder why they decided to put 10,000 as the high score in Missile Command as well. That was easier than Centipede. That was easier than Centipede. Breakout was definitely hardest of the bunch.